the sport mode. Nobody's behind us, so we can... Oh, went the wrong way. There we go. Okay, now we'll... Oh, wow. Hey everyone, it's Ben Hardy here, and in today's video, we're going to be going over a 2022 Ford Explorer Platinum. First and foremost, so a huge shout out and thank you to the Kengar Ford here in American Ford for giving me some time with this Explorer. Check out the inventory in the description down below, and if you're interested in this one, it is available for sale at the moment, so reach out to them. Let's get into the video. So under the hood, we have a turbocharged 3-liter V6 that goes through a 10-speed automatic transmission. Fuel economy is 18 around town and then 24 on the highway, with power outputs being 400 horsepower and then 415 pound-feet of torque. Now let's go with the front end of the Platinum. So just like all the other Explorers, you have the raised part of the hood right there on either side, and also like the F-150 as well. It's kind of like a Ford signature design thing. Anyways, coming down below, we've got the LED accent light with the projector bulbs, and you guys can see we've got this beautiful chrome front grille with the Ford logo, camera there just down below, and you guys can see the fog light right here, parking sensors integrated into the front as well. And overall it has, you know, a nice appearance from a front end perspective, and the chrome kind of has more of a brushed appearance to it, and so it doesn't look quite as cheap as what you'd see on like a Limited or something like that. It looks a lot more upscale and expensive. Now coming on the side here, we've got two 75mm tires wrapped around 21-inch wheels in the front and over in the rear as well. And then you guys can see the design here on the wheels themselves. I think it looks absolutely fantastic. You've got the silver, tons of spokes, and yeah, it just makes sense with the theme of this vehicle. Again, another parking sensor on the side. You guys can see the plastic molding for the fender flare continues along the side, and then you've got the chrome accent piece right there. And then you guys can see here at the mirrors, they are two-tone. You got the black on the top, and then notice you've got the black here that goes to the roof, which is body painted. And here is your full side view. So here's a key fob for the Explorer. We've got our unlock, lock, remote start, and then the opening here for the hatch. So press that twice, and well, it'll clean off the snow and it'll open up the hatch. Anyways, popping here to the rear, you guys notice we've got these floor mats here and got some storage space underneath. And then notice we've got all these controls here. So for the third row, you can basically raise and lower them, and notice that you can do both of them at the same time, or you can do one or the other, which is great. And then you guys can see here with the little charging port, and also the headrest, you do have to manually lift up yourself for the third row. And I guess since we're back here, this will be a better viewpoint for the third row rather than what we'll see up there. You guys can see here with the seats, they are beautiful, but I want to kind of show this stuff. We'll show the seats when we're over there. You can see the storage space and then like little cup holder. And then also you guys can see leg room here in the third row is actually pretty decent. Now your legs are pressed up a little bit higher because the floor is a little bit higher, but there's a good amount of headroom, so you can fit adults back here, but I'd recommend kids for longer road trips basically. And boom. Now let's finish things up here with the rear of the Explorer. So you guys can see here with the LED taillights, we got the Explorer logo right there with the camera just down below. Got our Platinum badge, the 4-wheel drive badge, and then we have the dual outlet exhaust tips on either side. So I guess quad tips is what we'll just call it for today's video. Parking sensors there on the rear, and there's the back. Now here's a door panel in the rear. You guys can see we've got the sunshade here, and then you can see all of the padding all down below on the speakers for the sound system. That also has the door handle, and then down below, and then you guys can see the black trim right there. Your adjustments here for the back seats, and here are the seats in the Platinum. They are beautiful. So you've got the brown here on the top, and just look at the leather, perforated leather here down below, and the padding and cushioning on these seats is fantastic. And popping in here, you guys can see legroom and headroom. We've got the climate controls down below. We've got heated seats here for the back. You've got your outlets, and notice we've got our cup holder situation. And guess what? The rear seats are just as nice. So yeah, really nice material use all throughout. Definitely has that upscale luxury feel, and panoramic sunroof. Now here's a door panel at the front. Again, you've got the beautiful leather trim here all down below. Another speaker for the Bang & Olufsen sound system, and up above and down below. Got your 3 different settings for the memory seats. Blind spot monitoring for the mirrors, and they do power fold in. And then here are the seats at the front. Again, beautiful brown leather here with the Platinum logo, perforated leather down below that. And then you guys can see the leather here on the sides. Got your power adjustments, pedal layout just down below. Light controls are here. The steering wheel is power adjustable. There we go, I said it right for once. Let's pop in. Now here is the steering wheel. You guys can see really nice leather all around the steering wheel. We've got wood trim right there. We've got the darker stitching in the center. Controls here for the center stack. We have our adaptive cruise control with the steering assist, volume controls, all that fun stuff. Turn signal stock, windshield wiper stock, and also look at the Ford logo. I love that, how that looks. So we have this full digital gauge cluster. If you press the menu button, you can scroll through a few different screens. So like we can go to phone, for example. We don't have any phones connected, so it's not gonna do anything. Or we can go to navigation as well. So there's just a bunch of different screens you can scroll through. And we've got a bunch of different drive modes too. So first off, we have our normal, we have our eco, sport, and then tow haul. And then on the other side, we have our slippery, trail, and then deep snow and sand. I'm glad they have like a bunch of different drive modes depending on, you know, the driving conditions and everything. And also kind of changes the layout of the screen a little bit depending on the drive mode. And yeah, there you go. Here is the center infotainment system. So first off, if we pop it into reverse, we do have a backup camera. Notice that we've got the zoom function here with that camera, and then you got the bird's eye view on top of that. And then this is for the parking sensors down below. And then you can change the viewpoint with the camera. And then there is also a camera button. It's just right down there. You press that and then that'll pop on the front camera. So from a camera perspective, it's covered. Now, as for the rest of the infotainment system, it looks like a tablet, and it pretty much functions just like a tablet, right? So it's got really good response time. And if we go to seats, plastic covering kind of gets in the way a little bit. We do have massaging seats as part of the Platinum package, which is nice. So we'll pop those on. Having a pretty busy day today, so I got to make sure I stay nice and limber, right? And yeah, that is everything for the infotainment system. We've got analog controls here for the radio. You got this for your parking sensors, and then you've got that for the camera button like I showed you guys before. We've got our dual zone climate controls here at the front. We've got our heated seats, heated steering wheel, which we're actually going to turn that one off. Ventilated seats as well. And pressing this, you guys can see storage space inside of there with a couple of USBs and a 12 volt. And then we have a couple cup holders right here. We've got the shifter for that 10-speed automatic. We have our parking brake, our auto hold, auto stop start. This is for your traction control, your parking assistance, hill descent control, your drive mode select. And then you guys can see the center console here. Again, beautiful leather, tons of storage space. Got a 12 volt inside of it, and wireless phone charger. Beautiful wood trim. And then look at the leather here on the dash. That is definitely a big upgrade. Again, kind of makes it feel a lot more upscale. Open up the glove box, and there's leather down below with some stitching, and then sunglass holder, control to the center for right here, and you guys saw panoramic center, and there you go. Now here is the window sticker here for the Explorer Platinum, and as you guys can see, we've got all the standard equipment right there, and then you guys can see the options here off to the side, and then you've got the total MSRP down below, $59,055, and let's take it out and see how it drives. Well, let's talk about visibility before we set off. There's visibility over the hood, both mirrors, which do a blind spot, and then throughout the rest of the rear, and dial shifter. Let's set off. So setting off here in the Explorer Platinum, and we always got to start things off in the parking lot. We have this big truck here. Okay, let's go through that side. Okay, redo. So starting off in the Explorer Platinum, and we're gonna have a little bit of time here because we're in the parking lot, and of course we are stuck behind someone. But let's actually talk about, you know, seat comfort and everything before we get on the road with this vehicle. The leather seats in this are absolutely fantastic, super soft, really supportive as well, and just amazingly comfortable seats overall. And you know what? Let's pop on the massage function here for the review and get the massage action going on. We're gonna do plus with that, plus with that. Boom, we're ready. And yeah, so I just think that Ford nailed it with, you know, Ford's really good with seats in general with their cushioning and support and all that, but the seats in this Platinum are especially nice. Now getting up and actually moving, really good torque, and ride quality is super smooth too. So one thing I love about the Explorer, right, is it's built on the same platform as the Aviator, and so you have a lot of luxury tech here in the Explorer. Now, it doesn't have the trick suspension that the Aviator has, but it's still a very smooth vehicle, and it gives you a luxury car experience. And taking a turn here, we'll actually pop it into the sport mode. Nobody's behind us, so we can... Oh, went the wrong way. There we go. Okay, now we'll... Ooh, wow. So, whoa, there's a huge difference between sport mode and normal mode. The throttle response is just like so much more in sport mode. Wow, that's impressive. And this has a lot of power for this segment, right? 400 horsepower in this segment is just monstrous. Dodge Durango with a V8, you're not anywhere near that. The new Grand Cherokee L, same thing, not anywhere near that. I'm trying to think what else, like, there's just like everything in this segment has less power than this. And so this is just such an impressive vehicle from a performance standpoint. And this isn't even the ST, right? This is, again, the Platinum. This is the luxury version, but you still get that power and performance, which is great. And so I guess, again, this is a little bit of a short drive, but I've driven plenty of Explorers. Summing things up here with this, exterior-wise, this is where it, you know, it has some subtle cues as to this being a Platinum, but it's pretty, you know, stealthy about it, right? It's not like in your face, like, hey, I'm a Platinum. It's like, hey, there's these little things, and yeah, that kind of shows that I'm Platinum, right? And then interior-wise, that's where the money is, right? Really nice dash, everything, all the controls and everything feel really nice. The seats are fantastic. You get the massaging seat function. You get tons of safety tech, panoramic sunroof, you know, all the nice features in the interior. And then from a driving perspective, you get all the performance, right, of what you're gonna get with like the ST, for example. And but again, this is more on the luxury side, right? The seats are so much more comfortable in this than they are in the ST. And I'm not saying the ST seats are uncomfortable. This just has more comfortable seats than the ST. So if you're looking for a luxury third row SUV, and yes, I am going to use the term luxury third row SUV, you have to check out the Explorer Platinum, because this has all the features of a luxury car, even though it doesn't have, you know, the BMW or Mercedes or Audi badge on the front end. Look at this interior and look at the features you get with it. It's right there. That's going to sum things up for our video on this 2022 Ford Explorer Platinum. And again, a huge shout out and thank you to the Kengar Ford here in American Fork for giving me some time with the Explorer. Check out the inventory in the description down below. I'll see you guys.